Elizabeth here at Petals and Parchment. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, I'd like to light a candle. Feel free to join me if you'd like. This is just a little relaxing ritual I've established for our time together each week. Now, if you've been here before, you know that I like to start off by taking a few deep breaths to sort of relax and get in the mood to create. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes and take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, allowing your thoughts to slow down, your shoulders to relax. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and gently exhale through your mouth. Let go of any stress that you're carrying. Allow joy into your heart and your mind. Get excited to play with your supplies. This is your safe space to create. Take one more big deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I'm so glad you're here, saying yes to your art practice and yes to mindfulness and yes to gratitude in your life. What is something that you can be joyful for and grateful for right now? Wiggle your fingers as you reflect on things to be grateful for. When you're ready, open your eyes and let's get started. Alrighty, this week we are in week 4, which discusses integrating and looking ahead. This is all about gathering insights, celebrating our progress, and setting intentions for what comes next. So I'm going to discuss harvesting wisdom. What lessons from this month feel worth carrying forward? And I have to say, this month has been a whirlwind for me emotionally. I don't want to go into too much detail, but my husband and I had a loss that we weren't expecting, and that sort of set things on a different path. And so both of us are actively working to soften our edges a little bit and focus on what's important. We're in a very busy season of our life right now. In all of that hustle and bustle, sometimes we forget to be present for each other and to love each other in the ways that the other person needs. And so my husband and I are actively trying to work on our communication and slowing down and checking in with each other and trying to offer the other person what they need. And that takes a great deal of mindfulness and saying no sometimes when there's an opportunity to add more to your plate. There's a level of urgency and stress that I carried forward from my time in professional kitchens that is really hard for me to walk away from. Slowing down is very hard for me. I'm a high functioning workaholic. Sometimes when you slow down, things get too quiet. Then you reflect on all of the mistakes and the things you could have done differently. And that's where I have the potential to get stuck. So working on ways to push forward through that, process all of the old icky feelings, and then move forward with a renewed sense of hope and purpose to make the lives of those directly around you better. Instead of just doing the tasks, asking, how can I be of service? How can I make your day better? That's a big responsibility, but also such a joy. And if I'm not careful, I'll be going so quickly that I'll miss it. I took some notes. Someone, a life coach or something, came across my feed and I stopped for a moment, and thank goodness I did, because she just, in that little, I don't know, minute interaction with her reel, I was able to get some direction and a sense of purpose for myself for Q4 of 2025. We are getting ready next week to enter the last quarter of the year, and I want to finish strong. I want to refocus and move forward with a sense of meaning and determination and purpose. And that purpose is to intentionally choose the light and the good and the positive and the hope every single day. And that takes intention. And anyways, I wrote down bullet points for what she was saying. And she said, don't complain, notice tiny miracles, and show up as my best self. And it's a simple list, but not so simple to execute. The challenge that I'm setting for myself, and you're welcome to join me on this, is to show up every day in every situation as my best self. And we all know that that can be really tough if we're tired. Things sort of have a way of snowballing when you're in a hurry. There's a lot of opportunities to stub your toe in that rhythm that you develop, and when that happens, you can choose to smile and make things easier for those around you, and that requires stepping outside of yourself and putting the needs of someone else first. And I get so wrapped up in my own thoughts and the tasks that I have to complete that sometimes I forget to be careful how I'm interacting with my loved ones. And so that's just, I need to slow down. And I live with chronic pain each day from several car accidents actually throughout my life, and I feel everyday tasks require so much that even if I'm not audibly complaining, I am complaining on the inside. I'd rather be painting or journaling or relaxing and binging my favorite show because I'm so tired. But I have this never-ending list of chores and begrudgingly do them. But I don't want to do that anymore. I want to serve my family. I want to make this house cozy, and our safe place needs to reflect how we feel about our lives, you know? And so really it comes down to curating a life. That's the direction that I'm heading, and noticing the small miracles that are around every day. My daughter is a miracle. My life is a miracle. That my husband found me and made the decision to love me is a miracle. And I think the reason that I work so feverishly is because if I slow down to appreciate the miracles, I'll be a puddle on the ground. Because they overwhelm me with gratitude. Everything is so beautiful that I turn to mush. Finding a balance between the work and the appreciation and the acts of service is what I'll be trying to do for the rest of the year. I would invite you to choose one of these prompts and reflect deeply on your own life. What are some lessons that you're going to carry forward? Let's get started on the art portion. Okay, so I've just got a few of these watercolor pencils in dark blue and emerald green, and a paintbrush and just a black fine point marker. So what I thought I would do, I saw this artist, I believe her name is Karen Elaine. I will leave her information down in the description. She's a watercolor artist and she makes beautiful paper crafts and little journals and things for people, and she inspires me constantly, and I want to try one of her techniques to create a few branches. I'm not really sure what she uses. I haven't had a chance to watch too many of her tutorials, but I see her reels all the time, and so they're really inspiring. And so I would invite you to just play along, and we're gonna draw 2 branches here and then paint some leaves. Here's what I have so far, and then on each of these little branches we're going to just draw sort of a little triangle of each color, and then we'll activate it with some water. I'm I'm just drawing the tiniest amount of green and then a little bit of blue right on top of it. Okay, this is where I'm at so far. Now I'm gonna take some clean water and pull them into leaf shapes. Let me scoot you a little bit closer. Was really tricky to dry, so I was trying to be extra patient with it so that I didn't push the water off the page in a way that made it look messy. So I'm really pleased with this. This is my first try at this, and I think it looks really lovely. So now let's continue to decorate a little bit. Okay, and because we are in fall where I'm at, I'm just going to use some gathered twigs. This subtle magic that really spoke to me today about, noticing tiny miracles. My husband and I are finally becoming the best versions of ourselves, and it's just like really nice to experience and beautiful to go through with someone that you love so deeply. We got things wrong for a really long time. We are pretty hard on ourselves too, so now that we're getting focused, everything is falling into place. We're believing in each other and our abilities and our family, and we're saying yes to what's important. So I've just cut out the words because I wanted to put them like this, and I'm just going to ink around these with the same gathered twigs, get them stuck down, and I think this card will be done. Here is my card. I hope you give this technique a try, and definitely check out Karen Elaine. Her reels are incredible. I can't wait to watch some of her full tutorials. I hope everybody has a great crafty weekend, and don't forget to notice the tiny miracles around each other. Lift each other up and care for one another. Until next time, bye!